Seniors who like to be alone have these 9 distinct personality traits. Introduction, engaging start. As we age, we all undergo various changes, both big and small. One of the most significant transformations for many people is the increasing desire for solitude. For some seniors, being alone is not a sign of loneliness, but rather a cherished opportunity for self-reflection, peace, and contentment. But what makes certain seniors find joy in their own company? Why do they thrive in solitude? How can they live such fulfilling lives, even when they are alone? In today's video, we'll explore the 9 distinct personality traits of seniors who enjoy solitude and how these traits help them lead peaceful, purposeful lives. The key takeaway here is that solitude is not about being lonely, it's about finding joy, contentment, and fulfillment in your own company. If you're someone who cherishes quiet moments or seeks a peaceful life, then this video is for you. Main content: 9 traits of seniors who enjoy being alone. High self-sufficiency. One of the most defining traits of seniors who enjoy solitude is their high level of self-sufficiency. These individuals are comfortable relying on themselves for both emotional and practical needs. They do not depend on others for validation, nor do they seek constant social engagement. They trust their own abilities, decisions, and judgment. This independence allows them to navigate life's challenges and enjoy personal growth without needing external direction. For instance, take Mr. John, a 70-year-old retired engineer. Despite his age, he still enjoys tending to his garden every weekend. He doesn't need anyone's approval or company to find satisfaction in his work. His garden is a place of peace and a source of personal fulfillment. His high self-sufficiency gives him the confidence to thrive in solitude and live a full, rewarding life. Deep sense of contentment. Seniors who prefer solitude often have a profound sense of contentment with who they are. They understand that happiness does not come from others or from external sources, but from within themselves. These individuals have lived long enough to appreciate the value of peace and the joy that comes from being at ease in their own company. They've learned to embrace their own thoughts, ideas, and creativity without the need for constant distraction or social validation. Consider the example of Mrs. Mary, a retired teacher. Every morning, she spends an hour reading and reflecting on her life. She doesn't need to socialize to feel fulfilled. Her contentment comes from the simple joy of being alone with her thoughts, her books, and the world she has created for herself. Introverted nature. One of the most common personality traits of seniors who like being alone is introversion. Introverts tend to feel drained by excessive social interactions and find rejuvenation in solitude. Quiet activities, such as reading, writing, or walking in nature, offer them far more satisfaction than attending large social gatherings. These individuals recharge by spending time alone, allowing them to focus on their personal growth and pursue creative or intellectual endeavors. For example, Mr. Tim, a widower in his late 60s, enjoys walking along the beach every morning. He doesn't need to be around people to feel connected to life. The quiet, solitary walks help him reflect and find peace. Solitude is his energy source. Reflective and thoughtful mindset. Seniors who enjoy solitude often possess a deeply reflective and thoughtful mindset. Over the years, they've accumulated a wealth of experiences and wisdom, and they find solace in contemplating their journey through life. These moments of introspection allow them to make sense of their past, learn from their experiences, and consider their future. Solitude provides the perfect environment for this kind of reflection, where they can connect with themselves on a deeper level. Take the case of Mrs. Linda, a retired artist who spends hours in her studio reflecting on her past work. These moments of deep thinking and self-reflection allow her to understand the meaning behind her art and personal life experiences. Through reflection, she finds meaning and fulfillment in solitude. Strong sense of autonomy. Seniors who enjoy being alone often have a strong sense of autonomy. They value their ability to make decisions for themselves, whether it's choosing how they spend their day, where they live, or what activities they pursue. This autonomy brings a sense of empowerment and control, which is crucial for maintaining mental well-being. They are not overly reliant on others for decision-making. Instead, they thrive on the freedom that solitude offers, which empowers them to lead lives on their own terms. Mr. Henry, a retired executive, recently moved into a small apartment to enjoy a simpler lifestyle. He chose the apartment because it gives him the independence he craves. He enjoys the freedom to organize his time and activities according to his own preferences, without the pressure to conform to anyone else's schedule. Emotional stability. Emotional stability is another key trait of seniors who embrace solitude. These individuals tend to have a balanced emotional life, which means they understand and can manage their emotions effectively without needing external validation or support. They've learned to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. This emotional maturity allows them to maintain calm and composure in challenging situations. Mrs. Alice, a retired nurse, is a great example of someone who has mastered emotional stability. Even during stressful moments, such as when dealing with health issues, she remains calm and grounded. Her emotional maturity helps her thrive in solitude, as she doesn't feel overwhelmed or lonely. Appreciation for simplicity. Those who prefer solitude often have a deep appreciation for the simple things in life. Whether it's a quiet morning coffee, the sound of rain on a rooftop, or the comfort of a soft blanket, these individuals recognize the beauty in life's small, quiet moments. This appreciation for simplicity enhances their solitude, making it more enjoyable and fulfilling. They don't need extravagant experiences to feel happiness, they find contentment in life's everyday pleasures. For example, Mrs. Susan loves to sit on her porch every morning, sipping coffee and watching the sunrise. She finds immense joy in these simple moments. It's not about the grand gestures, but the small, tranquil parts of life that bring her peace and fulfillment. Strong creative and intellectual pursuits. Many seniors who enjoy solitude are naturally drawn to creative or intellectual pursuits. Whether it's painting, writing, gardening, or solving puzzles, these activities allow them to engage their minds and express themselves. For them, solitude is the perfect environment for innovation and personal expression. These individuals find satisfaction in working on projects that hold personal meaning for them, which enhances their quality of life. Mr. David, a retired professor, spends his days writing short stories. His writing is not only a form of personal expression but also a way to keep his mind active. He finds immense satisfaction in his creative pursuits, and the solitude allows him to focus entirely on his work without distractions. Less need for social approval. Finally, seniors who prefer being alone often have a diminished need for social approval. Over time, they've let go of the pressures to conform to societal expectations or seek validation from others. They focus on what makes them happy and fulfilled, regardless of the opinions or judgments of others. This freedom from the need for external validation allows them to live authentically and prioritize their own inner peace over pleasing others. Take Mrs. Eleanor, a retired CEO. She spent decades living up to the expectations of others. Now, she's free to live life on her own terms. She doesn't seek approval from anyone and is focused on her own happiness. She volunteers her time to help others, and she finds joy in doing so without needing anyone's recognition. Looking at these traits, it's clear that seniors who love solitude are not necessarily trying to avoid people. Rather, they've found a deep sense of peace and contentment within themselves. They've learned how to embrace the quiet moments, turning solitude into an opportunity for personal growth, reflection, and creativity. Their ability to live fulfilled, meaningful lives, even while alone, is something we can all learn from. In today's fast-paced world, where social media and constant engagement are often seen as a measure of success, these individuals remind us of the importance of self-reflection, self-reliance, and emotional stability. They teach us that happiness doesn't need to come from external sources. It can be cultivated from within. So, what can we learn from these individuals? The key takeaway is that solitude isn't something to fear or avoid. When embraced with the right mindset, it can become a source of growth, peace, and fulfillment. It's not about being alone, but rather about finding joy and contentment in your own company. These 9 personality traits show us how we can live a richer, more meaningful life, even when we choose to be alone. If you found this video insightful and empowering, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from this message. Embrace your journey, embrace your solitude, and find the peace that lies within. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.